The finance minister today presented before the parliament the Union Budget 23-24 and along with it the Finance Bill 2023. This was one budget which was presented at a point of time when India has emerged as a bright spot in the global economy. The tax collections are very, very robust. In fact, the current year's tax collections are almost 20% higher than what was budgeted. And the projected collections are even higher. More important, India is emerging as a destination as an alternative destination to China. And the question was, what would the finance minister present today as would ensure that the India growth story gets a better fillip? And surely the finance minister did not disappoint. If I could look at some of the key provisions of the finance bill as well as the union budget, the first and the foremost is the entire thrust on capital expenditure. This was in fact a request from the industry that if the government spending on infrastructure increases, that will give rise to employment, to generation of work, etc. And the government did not disappoint at all. The outlay that one has seen, for example, on railways is almost a threefold increase from what was there in the past. Similarly, expenditure on infrastructure, etc. have all got a tremendous boost, and that's very, very welcome. More important, the GDP has been growing at a steady pace. It grew at almost 6.8% last year, is expected to grow by another 6% next year. The fiscal deficit has been contained very reasonably. And in that background, probably some of the provisions which are relating to taxes and otherwise need to be seen. The one request from everybody was that the tax regime should be very stable. We do not want to see tinkering of rates of taxes or many other provisions coming in. And the finance minister has done exactly that. Prior to the budget, there was a concern as to whether the government is going to tinker with capital gains tax, and the finance minister did not do that at all. She ensured that all the rates of taxes were kept stable. And in the context of individuals, where there was a request for rationalization, what the government has done is to provide significant incentives to those who opt for the new tax regime, whether it is enhancement of the tax-free limit from 2.5 lakhs to 3 lakhs, getting down lower rates of taxes as the income increases, etc. All of those provisions have been done only for those who opt for the new tax regime. The maximum marginal rate of tax, including surcharge, which has been 42, again has been reduced to 39, a very, very welcome change, and a change which was requested earnestly by people in industry and in business. A number of small changes to the tax laws, which could be a matter of concern, debate, discussion over a period of time. One, for example, is that capital gains tax exemption, which was available if one bought a new house, is now restricted to only 10 crores. So if, for example, an investment is made of more than 10 crores, then the capital gains tax exemption will be on the basis that rupees 10 crores is invested and the balance will not be treated as available for exemption. So clearly, the thrust of the government is to say that we are here to provide exemption to ordinary taxpayers, not to the ultra rich, etc. Similarly, there is a change in relation to insurance, where it is provided that if the annual insurance on a policy is more than 5 lakhs of rupees, then when the monies are received back from the insurance company, they will be treated as taxable, unless of course monies are paid on death, in which case there is no tax liability at all. And again, the provision seems to be that insurance policies are meant to provide life cover, not to be a substitute for savings. Similarly, there are changes which are provided, for example, for market-linked debentures, which were issued by companies, where all that one was doing is to pay arbitrage on tax rates by listing the debentures. And because those were listed securities, the rate of tax was 10%, although the enhancement is in the value was only on account of interest. These will now be taxed as short-term capital gains and will be taxed therefore fully. All in all, variety of changes, some of them more technical, and I'm sure that when we at Dhruva send out to you our budget analysis, you will look at them. But all in all, the changes which have come on the tax front are the changes which are anti-abusive, which are meant to plug loopholes. Overall, a very, very welcome budget, a budget which the industry was looking forward to, and a budget that will give huge impetus to growth. Thank you.